Hello class, this is Mrs. Smith and today I'm going to teach you a little bit about the metric system. This worksheet that you see on the screen is the same worksheet that I gave you, only yours is blank. So we'll be filling that in together today and I'll be explaining a little bit more about the prefixes and the base units that you'll need to use for the metric system. You can see on the top stair has the capital letter M, and that stands for mega, and you can see that over here under the prefixes section. So mega has the abbreviation of a capital M, and that is 10 to the 6th power times the base unit. That means it's 1,000,000 times the base unit. Now here in New York State we have the Mega Millions lottery, so that should be easy for you to remember that mega means 1,000,000. If we had 1,000,000 meters, that would be 1 megameter. So that's what this is denoting way over here on the right. You want to copy all of this down that I have on this page. Then your worksheet will be complete and you'll have all the notes. It's important that you skip these two stairs here because the next prefix that we have is kilo. There are no prefixes that denote 10 to the 5th and 10 to the 4th power. So please skip those two and put a K here on the 4th step. The K stands for kilo. You've seen this before, kilometers, kilograms. Those are very common measurements in the metric system. So kilo is 10 to the 3rd times the base unit. That means 1 kilometer equals 1,000 meters. The next step down is hecto. It's abbreviated by a small letter H, and that's 10 to the 2nd times the base unit, or 100 times. So that means 1 hectometer equals 100 meters. Now you notice that all of these things up here above where I have written the star, those are all 1 here in the conversion factor, and you're going to need these conversion factors later on, so please write them down over here along the right hand side. The next measurement after the hecto is deca, and that's abbreviated DA because you'll notice further down we have an abbreviation D, and that's for deci. So this one has 2 letters in the abbreviation. Make sure that you write them both down over here next to deca, and that is 10 times the base unit, or 10 to the 1. 10 to the 1 is 10 times. Now you'll notice underneath the deca abbreviation there is a star here. We skip this step before we go to our next prefix of deci. This step right here means 1 times the base unit. So let's go over here to where we have the base units, and you can see that time is measured in seconds, and that's abbreviated with an S. Distance is measured in meters, abbreviated with an M. Liters are the measurement for volume, and that's a capital L. Grams measure mass, and that is a small letter G. So any of those 1-letter abbreviations would go here. If you see anything that says DL, that would mean deciliter. It has 2 letters in it. So anytime you see a measurement with just 1 letter, that means you are talking about the base unit. These next prefixes, those stairs under the star, mean that these are measurements that are smaller than our base unit. So they are fractions of our base unit, and you can see those over here next to their abbreviations. I have them written down. So deci, abbreviated with 1 letter D in the lowercase, is 10 to the minus 1, or 1/10 the base unit. That means that 10 decimeters equals 1 meter. On the same token, the next stair down is centi, and the next one after that is milli. So centi is 10 to the minus 2, and you've measured many things in centimeters, so that's one that's familiar to you. You've also used millimeters in your measuring in lab in the past. These next 2 stairs you need to skip because there are no prefixes that deal with those, and you notice how these ones at the bottom here are very spaced out. That's because it's easy for us to say that it's 100 micrometers, and that's what our next abbreviation would be micro and then meters. It's not easy to say 10,000 micrometers, so if it was 10,000 we would use one of these other abbreviations like deci, centi, or milli. So please continue to skip stairs in between micro, nano, and pico. Picometers are used to measure the length of an atom, and so we're going to talk about that again later on this year. So you want to make sure that you get all of these measurements down, and I will show you on your reference tables where to find all of these measurements. Now they're not all on table C, but some of them are. Here are the chemistry reference tables. And if I scroll down here to table C, you can see that the prefixes that you're given are kilo, deci, centi, milli, micro, nano, and pico. The other prefixes that you filled in on your staircase are not going to be given to you for the final exam in any quizzes. Only these ones are given on your quizzes. So if you want to make notes underneath here, see all this white space underneath table C, you might want to write down the other prefixes and conversion factors that I've taught you